So I just came home from a 2 o'clock matinee at my local theater to see Captain America Brave New World. Now, I will say this to start off. Theater was probably had 20 people in it in about a 200-seat theater. So that's not a good sign, even though it is a Thursday matinee. If you go to see it in IMAX, you're going to see heavy Fantastic Four. In fact, the whole countdown thing that they do before IMAX movies is all Fantastic Four themed. Okay. I mean, it's understandable because Fantastic Four has to be a hit. It has to be a hit, especially based on what this movie, in my opinion, is doing. So first scene out of the gate, or first sequence of events out of the gate, we got Captain America going to Mexico to intercept a package. And he runs into Giancarlo Esposito's Sidewinder for the first time. Now, Giancarlo Esposito's character is, in my opinion, wasted in this movie. In fact, a lot of what you see in this movie actually relates to Falcon and Winter Soldier. So if you haven't seen Falcon and Winter Soldier, and all you've seen is the end of Avengers Endgame, you might be a little confused as to why things are as they are. And if you haven't seen the Hulk from 2008, which what most of this story centers around, you might be scratching your head a little bit too. So as far as the story itself, it's kind of mid, in my opinion. Special effects, I already said Giancarlo Esposito's Sidewinder is pretty well wasted in this movie. They do have Harrison Ford as Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. Of course, that character had to be recasted after the passing of William Hurt, who had played that character for, I don't know, how many movies? 3, 4, maybe? And in this movie, you get the first mention of adamantium in the MCU. So I don't know if they're going to go to a new Wolverine origin story, or if they're going to just go right into the X-Men at some point. But this is our first introduction to adamantium in the MCU. Yeah, I know. Deadpool and Wolverine came out last year, but this has nothing to do with Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine was a standalone story without any ties to anything in the MCU. This is supposed to be setting up Avengers Doomsday. That's supposed to be the tie-in. And I'm sure this isn't really a spoiler, but the main antagonist of the movie is the leader, who is actually a Hulk villain. And I don't know what the heck that is on his head. It looks like broccoli. Just saying. So, on the screen here, I've got Rotten Tomatoes pulled up. You're looking at 37% from top critics. All critics right now, it's sitting at 51%. Just to pull a few of the reviews out. First one out of the gate, while it definitely has its flaws, Brave New World is still an explosive, exciting, and powerful start to the Avengers 2.0. That's right. Thunderbolt Ross wants to form the Avengers, or reform the Avengers. Don't know how you're going to do that, because your actual Avengers, Steve Rogers, Captain America, he's gone. And change my mind, Steve Rogers is Captain America. Thor's off somewhere. We know Black Widow's not coming back anytime soon. Tony Stark is gone. So your big tent poles, they're all gone. Sam once again picks up the shield with some enhancements and proves himself to be worthy of the shield and a seat at the table. That's right. And in some of the press that's come out leading up to this film, they've all been saying pretty much the same thing, that this movie is supposed to cement Sam Wilson as Captain America. This movie is supposed to make everybody think Sam Wilson is Captain America. Next little review here. Captain America Brave New World is pleasant, bearable, and has no jumps between parallel universes. It's more linear and understandable. Well, unless you haven't watched Falcon and Winter Soldier. A tossed salad of yearning for yet another phase. You know, Marvel hasn't really mentioned phases. I think when Chris Score from Film Threat and Gary, Mr. Neurotic himself, went to Comic-Con last year and went to the Marvel Hall H presentation, they never mentioned phases. So there's that. That will get the Avengers band and brand back together again. The action scenes are plentiful. I'm sorry, the CGI was bad. The whole sequence of events that centers around Celestial Island, as they're calling it now, just bad. The ending is incomprehensible. Oh, for the glory days of scalpel-like onslaughts of clockwork mayhem. If you're, after watching this, if you're wanting to see Bayhem from Michael Bay, that's saying something. A Brave New World isn't just a grand missed opportunity, and it is a missed opportunity, but is simply more of the same soulless, crass, and entirely neutered product for which the MCU project has slowly but surely become known. Yeah, ever since Endgame. If this were a final test to see if Mackie could shoulder the responsibility of being Captain America, then he would have more than earned his wings. You know, in the second part of the movie, there was a theme about he should have taken the serum. Even Anthony Mackie himself in press events says that Sam's not going to take the serum. And he's not going to take the serum because he wants to be a Captain America for everyone. Well, if memory serves, Steve Rogers, who, you know, tried to enlist numerous times into the military, was a short, scrawny guy. He kind of identifies with everyone. Just saying. With the politically incoherent, creatively inert, and just plain insulting sequel, Captain America Brave New World, the MCU brain trust led by Uber producer Kevin Feige has truly flatlined. Yeah. I mean, I've sat in the theater in IMAX for every Marvel movie. Every movie released in the MCU. This was the first time that I can recall where there was really no buzz, no cheering, no clapping. This movie fell flat in my book. Messy and unsatisfying, Anthony Mackie is worthy of the shield, but deserves so much better in his first big screen outing as Cap. Brave New World works as a fairly effective entertainment, largely thanks to the irresistible presence of Harrison Ford. This is full review in Spanish. For his part, Mackie is charismatic and has star power, though he still feels somewhat timid in the role, and he lacks the character moments to truly shine. For the MCU to make it back to the previous standing atop the blockbuster landscape, they're going to have to deliver much more interesting characters and stories that are present in Captain America Brave New World. I've got no problem with that. Anthony Mackie as an actor. I think he's a good actor. Just that trying to force Sam Wilson as Captain America, especially after, remember Captain America Winter Soldier, they teased Bucky with the shield. Everything was leading up to Bucky to becoming the next Cap, which did happen in the comics. And people will say, well, it happened with Falcon too. Yeah, it happened with Falcon too, and those comics didn't stick around for very long. They always had to circle back to Steve Rogers. That's the direction they should have gone, in my humble opinion. Thankfully, the script never bogs down in explanations beyond short bursts of gobbledygook, which helps director Ona focus on the characters and their messy motivations and inner relationships. Another tedious slog in the Marvel superhero sausage factory. Even the most devoted fans will find it a letdown. So that's just a sampling on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's look over here at... here we go. Captain America Brave New World first reactions after premiere. A thrill ride from start to finish. By Aaron Couch. Respectfully, Aaron, I know your opinion is of this movie. Your review is a thrill ride from start to finish. This movie was boring. Captain America Brave New World has landed in Hollywood, and the social media reactions are arriving as fast as Super Soldier running laps around the Washington Monument. Anthony Mackie stars in Brave New World, which arrives more than a decade after the actor made his Marvel debut in Captain America the Winter Soldier as Sam Wilson the Falcon, which he should have remained the Falcon. The new film follows Hero as he dons the mantle of Captain America following Steve Rogers handing him the shield in Avengers Endgame. Social media reactions from the premiere and press screenings arrived Tuesday night ahead of the formal reviews on Wednesday. Brave New World first announced 2021, blah, 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 blah. It was going to open in July 2024. Then it had to have the entire movie reshot, numerous reshoots. And it shows. And then he's got all these links that don't work. Let's check a few of these out, shall we? Captain America Brave New World is a game changer for Phase 5 of the MCU. Mackie soars past the role of Falcon, cementing himself as the new Captain America. No, he doesn't. Ford puts his signature grunting and crankiness to great use as Thaddeus Ross and Red Hulk. Brave New World is like Falcon and Winter Soldier, but bigger and better because of the scope and scale of this big screen adventure. And of course, Scott's getting flamed in the comments. Who's next? Hashtag Captain America Brave New World finds the MCU back in fine form with a Winter Soldiery thriller redolent of Manchurian Candidate and Parallax View. Mackie's future as the new Cap shines incredibly bright. Bonus, you get to hear Harrison Ford say adamantium. And just like the previous one, this quick little post here on X is getting just roasted. Let's check out one more, shall we? Because I have a feeling if I check all these out, they're all going to say the same thing. Captain America Brave New World seems to only exist to wrap up loose ends to the Incredible Hulk and Eternals. Yeah, exactly. That's what it does. It's all about the Incredible Hulk and Eternals, and it's setting up something for X-Men. And in doing so, the plot is about as convoluted and dull as that all sounds. This should have been called Captain America Loose Ends. that would be perfect. That should be the title of this movie. In fact, I might steal that for the title of this video. Captain America Loose Ends, my review. Yes. Let's see here. Critics destroy Captain America Brave New World on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I covered most of these already. How does it stack up with the rest of the MCU? Well, it's not good. As you can see from this list below, Captain America Brave New World is at third from the bottom and only tops Eternals and Quantumania. That's not good. This is what happens when you create a Captain America sequel that does not have Captain America in it. Period. End of story. And we ain't even got to the audience score yet. They'll probably won't release that until tomorrow. Now, ironically, Frank Scheck from The Hollywood Reporter has a totally opposite review of his compatriot over The Hollywood Reporter, Aaron Couch. His is Captain America Brave New World review. Anthony Mackie takes the lead, but uninspired Marvel entry lets him down. Yeah. I would concur with that. So, if I had to give this a score between 1 and 10, I would give it a solid 4. There was nothing in this movie that made me want to clap, made me want to cheer. There's Marvel movies usually have a joke or two in there. It gets the audience to get a little laugh. And there was just none of that out of the 20 or so people that were in the theater that I was in. So that's it. That's all I got. My thoughts, my reaction to Captain America 4 Brave New World. If you want to see it, go see it. If you don't want to go see it, don't go see it. Wait for it to come out on Disney Plus. You got to make that choice. You got to do you. So tell me what you think. Comment down below. While you're at it, please take the time to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. And with that, I will see you guys later.